Okay, so uh, today's lesson is pretty much very very basic overview of a stock. Um a lot of people ask questions about the stock market. What should they do? What should they invest in, and everything. So I'm starting this series just to get information out there about the stock market. Right now, the stock market is very volatile. It's been losing a lot of money lately, but fortunately today we had a lot of stocks that went up. So as far as the stock market is concerned, the first thing you should know is that the stock market is basically a marketplace for you to buy pieces of a company. So if you're looking at any company, whether it be Apple or Tesla or Johnson and Johnson or any of these companies, all you're simply doing is just buying a piece of that company. And you can buy as many pieces as are available pretty much. And that's the way you make your money. The prices of a stock. So the prices of a stock depend on the popularity of a stock, pretty much. That's the easiest way to explain it. So the basic version is it's a popularity contest. If people like the stock, the price of it goes up because more people are buying it. Even if the price is going down, that means people hate the stock. They don't like it. It's not popular anymore. So the price goes down because everybody's selling it. So there's many reasons that these things can happen. People can buy it because there's stuff that's looking good in their future. People can sell it because something bad happened. So let's take some examples. Like, say for instance, we have company A, B, C, D, E, F, G. This company, their stock price starts to go up, and when you read up on them, you see that in their news, they hired a new CEO that's known for cloud-based things. We live in a day and age right now, especially during coronavirus, that cloud-based things are actually what's pushing or keeping society together pretty much. Stuff like Zoom video calling. During the pandemic, Zoom has taken to new heights. And most of the stocks that are about streaming or anything that's digital, all of those stocks have completely skyrocketed. And so one of the first things I tell people to do is to download the Yahoo Finance app. Download it on your phone, or if you're at a computer, go to a computer and look up Yahoo Finance. And just play around with that, look at some stocks, and create you a watch list, okay? Your watch list should consist of stocks that you're interested in, so you can watch this list of stocks and see how they are performing, okay? Now, what that's also going to give you is going to give you information about those companies. So when you scroll through and, like, let's say for instance you go into Apple. So the first thing you're going to see is the price of Apple, and next to it you're going to see tickers. You're going to see a number that just says plus or minus, and if it's plus, it's going to be green. If it's minus, it's going to be red, and then you'll see a percentage. So the regular number is going to be the amount of money. So for instance, today is March 1st, 2021. Today, Apple stock went up $6.53. So you'll see plus $6.653 next to it, 6.53 next to it. And then the percentage will be right next to that in parentheses. You'll see plus 5.39%. So that's the first thing you'll see. Then you'll want to scroll through. It'll give you kind of a basis of the company. It'll tell you, what the company's done over the month or your ticker at. And then it's also going to give you information on that company. So pertinent information about what's going on right now with the company and what they can expect and all of that. And so there's going to be basically news articles, and you can go through that. And those news articles are going to help you make a better decision. Now, this is the free version of this, okay? So I'm basically talking to people who are investing their extra money from their paycheck. So if you get a paycheck, if you get a regular paycheck every week, every 2 weeks, take your $50 and put it into a stock. Take $50 every week or every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks you put $100 in. And whatever money that you can spare that you don't mind losing, because it is still a gamble, or any money that you don't mind losing. So what I was told was, by a big time investor, I was told to invest along with your habits. So if you like to smoke cigarettes or weed or whatever it is, However much you spend on that, take that same amount and put it into the stock market. If you like to drink, take that same amount and put it into the stock market. If you like to go out to clubs, take that same amount, put it into the stock market. If you like to knit, take the same amount, put it into the stock market. And so that way you create this as a hobby, but it actually becomes almost a second income. I think that a lot of people in this time right now, like I said, it's March 1st, 2021. Over the past year, we've come to learn that you can't just make it off of one income, because that can pretty much be gone in an instant. So I would say to everybody to start to look at other ways to make money, not only in the stock market, but just to have your own business, especially those that, went to college and know different skills. Find a way to put those skills to use outside of your job. If you're a teacher, start tutoring kids. Get paid for it. If you're working at retail, if you start styling people, talk to some of your friends and ask them, can you put together some outfits for them, and ask them to pay you a percentage. If they spend $100, ask them to pay you $30 to put together an outfit for them and make them look nice. Just anything you can do to try to make some extra money. But back to the stock market. As far as what we're looking at right here, I'm using Apple for an example. So Apple went up today $6.53. And that was after it fell last week. And a lot of stocks fell last week. But this week we saw stocks more so start to go up again. And the stock market does this. Now, within the last couple of weeks, a lot of people probably panicked and, lost their shit pretty much. But you don't want to lose it. You can't have any emotions when you're trading stocks. It's just like going to the casino. And when you go to the casino, you could win or you could lose. And it's the same thing with this. The stock can go up or it can go down. But the better thing about this than when you're going to a casino and gambling is that if you leave your money in there over time, more than likely it's gonna go up. So if you're looking at it to be like, if you put some money in today and tomorrow you're expecting to get a huge return, it doesn't necessarily work like that. Now, if you put $100,000 into Apple last week and then today it rose $6.53 per share, then you'd have a decent amount of money that you made off a return. But even still, that's not gonna make you a millionaire. $1 million in the stock market is pretty much going to make you a millionaire. But what you do need to know is over time, more than likely you're always going to win. If you put the money into the stocks and you just leave them there, then over time that will make some returns for you, some good returns actually. So a lot of times I like to put it into perspective like this. If you have an average savings account that earns 0.01% pretty much, owns about 1% on your money, as opposed to the stock market that usually annually over a year 1%, as opposed to the stock market that gives you between 6 and 10%, right? So let's take $100, right? 1% will be 1 cent, okay? 1 cent. 10% of 100, that would be $10, so $10 as opposed to 1 cent, it's a big difference. It's a big jump to it's actually 0.01%. I'm saying 1%, but it's 0.01% that you get from a savings account. And the reason that makes a difference is because a lot of people think that you're getting some kind of yield, you're getting some kind of money back if you put into a savings account. But really all a savings account is doing is telling you well, you leave your money here, you never touch it. Over the years, you'll gain 5 cents off of $10,000, which is complete shit, pretty much. What you want to do is you want to find you some good stocks, and you want to find some stocks that are going to make some money. So something like Apple is a good one to invest in. It's pretty high right now from where it's been fluctuating at. It's been right around $130. So right now it's at 127. You want to see if it'll get back down to at least 120 before you buy. So watch it a little bit. But if you are going to get into it, it's after hours, it's actually up another 92 cents. So it's actually at 128.71 right And I'm going to have all of this on the screen so you can see it. But yeah, so there's you can still, the regular traders can't really trade outside of the market hours, but the big traders who are investing tons of money can trade outside of the market hours. Also, if there's any other questions that you have, just put them in the comments. I'll try to answer as many questions as I can. But you can also you can also sign up for my class on Wednesdays. My class on Wednesdays is $50, and we talk about stocks, and you can ask. And so that about wraps it up. I mean, the stock market is a viable way for you to make some more money, or to put your money to work for you. The last thing I'll say to you is look at your money as though it's your employee. So the same thing that you do for your job, your dollars should be doing that for you. So how you work to make more money for whatever company you work for, your dollars should be working to make more money for you. Don't let your dollars just sit in an account and do nothing. Put them to work for you. Make them do something. Find a side hustle. Invest in the stock market. Do something. But don't just let your money just sit around and waste time. Other than that, this is what I have for you today. Hope to see you in my class Wednesday. I can't wait to talk to you, and enjoy investing. Later.